So after we have our door event set up, we can playtest our game, and, well, we're not in 3D space. The way that you get to a 3D map is through a plugin command. So we're going to have to set up a new event here. And we can do this on a separate map. In fact, I'm going to make a new map for this. And I'm going to set the starting position of our player to be on this map. And I'm going to create a new event. And this event is going to be auto run. And it's going to have just one command here. And it's going to be a plugin command from Rose Engine Map Add-on. And it's already on Map Transfer 3D. So this might seem like a lot, and it quite honestly is it is a lot. There's no doubt about it. But everything from camera target down is purely optional. You don't have to set anything up. First, we need to specify the map ID, and this is the 3D map ID, not the 2D map ID. So you can find your map ID by running the map editor, and the map ID is on the left of the map name. Alright, so here we go. You can see our map number right here, 001, so map 1. I'm going to click edit map, and this will boot us into our map that we have created. And I'm going to want the player to start right about here. If we minimize these windows, you can see our cursor X, Y, and Z position. So we go to our map trans, and we're going to put X, Y, and Z position here. So X is 10, Y is 0, and Z is 9. Direction type. Now, the direction of the player is in world space, and what that means is no matter which way our camera is looking, if we tell the player to face direction down, he's always going to be facing south in our world. And south is away from the green line along the blue line. So here is our blue line, and south is going this way, away from the green line. North is going towards the green line, and east is going away from the green line along the red line. West is going towards the green line along the red line. And then we have our up and down, which is along the green line. Up going up, of course. And you can see my Y changing here, depending on how high up I am. Alright, we have our X and Y of the player. Our player is going to start about right here, I believe. And now, like I said, these other parameters are optional. This one's retain direction, so I'm going to want my player facing left, because in our world, left will be facing towards our path. Alright. Fade type. You can choose black, white, or none. I'm going to leave it at black. That's default. Camera target. Now, this is a number. -1 represents the player. So if you set it to -1, the camera will be targeting our player. And if you specify a number greater than 0, it will target event. So if you specify 1, it'll target event 1. And collision detection. This is collision detection for our camera. So if you turn it on, our camera will not clip through any buildings. So I'm going to leave it on. It is on by default. If you turn it off though, the camera will ignore if it's colliding with anything or if anything obstructs the view of the player, and it will just remain at its current position. Now, camera pitch the pitch of our camera is how high up or how far down our camera is. And it's a number between 179 and 1. So I think about 120 should be a good number. So that looks about right. 120 for our pitch, so that's what I'm going to set. Now we also have minimum pitch and maximum pitch. And what this is, it clamps the pitch between 2 points. So let's say I don't want the player to be able to rotate the camera all the way up here. Maybe I just want them to be about right here. So I'd set 140 for our maximum. And for the minimum, I don't think that the player should go below this point, because I mean, we don't want the player putting his camera all the way down here and then he can see right through the floor and everything that's going on underneath. That doesn't look too appealing. So I'd say about right there. 105 seems good. So I'll set my minimum pitch to 105. And the camera yaw works the same way. Our yaw is rotation around the target. So I want our yaw to be about right here. 180 is a good value. So I'm going to choose 180 for the starting yaw. And then for our minimum and maximum yaw, you can adjust this as well. So let's say I want to clamp the yaw between 260, 270, which is a 90-degree angle here, and maybe 90, right? So we can clamp the yaw between these 2 points, and it's really easy to set up. We just set minimum yaw to 90 and the maximum yaw to 270. And now the player will only be able to rotate his camera up to this point at 90 and up to this point at 270. They will not be able to go past this. They can't go this way, and they can't go this way. So they won't be able to turn their camera like this. The next thing is zoom, and zoom works the same way. We can view our zoom level right here. Right now my zoom is at 8.5. So I think I'm going to start my camera at about 5 on the zoom. And for the minimum zoom, I don't think we should zoom past 4. That's probably a little bit too close. So I'll set minimum zoom to 4. And our maximum zoom, I think 8 should be good. So we will stay between 4 and 8, no matter how much the player zooms in or zooms out. The player will never go below 4 or past 8. And again, these parameters are all optional. By default, they're all set to -1. And what that means is that it will start at whatever orientation it was last at. Now, I recommend setting up the camera the first time at the very least. That way you have a good starting angle and you can determine the maximum pitch and minimum pitch, as well as the maximum yaw and minimum yaw, as well as the zoom levels that you want for your game. And then from there you can just leave it at -1. You don't have to re-specify all of these settings unless you want to, say for like a cutscene or something. Now we have this event set up. It's an auto run event, and I'll just press OK. I'll play our game. Actually, I need to turn off the map editor first. And now I'll refresh this and go to new game. And there we are. We are now in our 3D map, and I can rotate the camera around. I can, as you can see, we cannot go past this. I can't rotate past this point. And same over here. I cannot rotate past this point. And I can't rotate past this on our pitch. And if you hold control, you can see our pitch, yaw, and zoom levels. And just like I specified, 105 is the minimum pitch, 270 was our max yaw, 140 was our maximum pitch, and 90 was our minimum yaw. Zoom level started at 5, just like we specified. I can't go past 4 when zooming in, and I cannot go past 8 when zooming out. We also have access to the player's position here. So I'm going to trigger this event. And there you go. It opens. Now, for our cube here, you can see we can't go past it. We can go behind this one because there is enough space for us to. But collision detection is all pretty much set up for us. We don't need to worry about collisions. Same with these trees. Now, planes by default use cubes as colliders. And our camera, when it goes behind something, it will force itself in front of the object that's obstructing its view. And also, we can walk on water. That is something that I haven't implemented yet, was preventing the player from walking on water. Because I don't have vehicles set up, I have not determined a method to prevent the player from walking on areas the vehicles should traverse across. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.